Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager Career Mode, episode 33. Again, we're approaching the end of the season. We're getting close. It is the 1st of September. Just a couple months left until things are completely wrapped up, and as you probably know by now, October is a very, very light month in here, so we're right there. So we did Croatia, Slovenia off camera, had a win, so that was good, that was nice. Guy that we were targeting, Nathan van Hooydonk, has re-signed with BMC. This was one of those ones that was 10, 11, 12,000-ish that we were going to be a little bit out of reach on whether we could afford him or not. He has re-signed, so he is out of contention. In terms of rankings right now, Marini in Continental sits in 14th place, C-Spol in the Super Prestige, 201st. Almost the top 200, just inside the top 250 technically, but we are 3rd place in the Continental rankings and 28th in the Super Prestige. So scoring wise, we've had a really good season. In Garrison with the biggest gains, moving up 75 places, no change from where we were a month ago. But here's the thing, my nerves, my fear seems to be well-founded as we look at the team index for the upcoming season. Those top 18, the current 18 teams in the World Tour, remain slotted in 4 stars or above for each and every one of them. From there, we start looking at 3.5 stars. There's just 4 of those. One of them, UNO-X Norwegian development team, now 3.5 stars, a Continental team on its way to Continental Pro. We are not that top team any longer. But there's only 4 teams that are at that almost not quite World Tour level. Then we get down to 3 stars, 23rd on down, and we can see the group here goes down to 34th, so roughly 10 teams, just over, and we're not in that group either. Then we get into the 2.5 star range. Well, here's that 2.5 star range starting from 35th. Here's the cutoff for Continental Pro, and we're still 2.5 star range. In fact, we're 2.5 star range all the way down to 53rd. Now, last season, I hit 2.5 stars and was just shy of making Continental Pro. We were just 2 or 3 spots down off that top 45. Now, team's better heading into next year, but really only slightly. I mean, I dropped off my bottom end, but my top end is still exactly where it was this season. 72 was the best rider I had. 72 is still the best rider I have for next season. Now, we're more solidly in that 2.5 star realm, but now at 39th, with still a month and a half to go, I'm scared that we're not going to make it, and I can't handle another season at Continental. I really can't. We're too good. We need to hit Continental Pro. Now, there is an exploit, as I mentioned in the last episode, that someone pointed out to me, and I don't want to use it. However, there's good logic behind it. Our balance is absurdly high. We've got 287,000, and I have nothing to spend that on. Nothing. Now, my salary, I understand that there's a limit, there's a cap, and I get that. The fact that my staff salary is part of that cap and doesn't necessarily have to be part of that cap, well, that's another story. So I have found a rider who is a 73. I don't know much about this rider other than that he is a 73, meaning he's better than anybody I have on the roster right now. He bumps us up a few spots in the rankings. and could mean the difference between whether we are Continental or Continental Pro next season. I do not have enough money to sign him right now, though. I can't sign him right now. So what I need to do is I need to free up some money. To do that, I need to let $10,000 go away, or thereabouts. So, Juan Reyna, who has been a good scout for us, is an expensive scout for us. I'm sorry, but it's time to release you. It's going to cost me more money as signing bonuses to rehire someone after I get Osorio signed, but I have money to spend. Okay, not sure if I still have enough money or not. I don't remember. I was thinking I was going to still be shy, and it's still saying I'm shy, but I don't know if that's because I'm trying to sign him right now. Doctor, bye-bye. Ooh, will it let me? Ooh, he's on a race. We're not in... Oh, shoot. Okay. What if I get rid of McAllister? I didn't want to get rid of McAllister, but he's not a good coach. He is not trained well at all. He's got trouble with a lot of relationships. Is that enough? Yes, it is. There we go. See, we have a deal. Send me the contract. Confirm. Oh, okay. We move forward one day, and we're in a race. Really? We're not in a race, but okay. We're going to see the update, see where we're at, and then we're going to sign a scout and sign a new trainer, possibly a better trainer. Okay, so missions canceled. Not necessarily a big deal, though. Now, let's take a look and see, has anything changed here? We move up 2 spots. It's not a big change, but you can see how much closer we are to 3 stars now. It's a little more breathing room, a little. It's not a lot. But I'm hoping it's enough. So, transfers. We're down to just those couple guys that we have some sort of negotiation ongoing with. But here we go. New guy, Osorio. 21-year-old climber from Colombia. You can see he's a 73 in the mountains, 75 in the hills. And for us, that is a pretty hefty upgrade in that department. Going to make us a bit more competitive there. The way the team looks now, again, we're still 2.5 stars, but we've added 1 more rider, so we're going to go to 14 next season. Again, we're dropping off the bottom end of riders. We're left with just those few original team members from what will soon become 2 seasons ago, currently last season. And then we can see our additions here that are definitely making us stronger. So we're getting rid of a bunch of guys in their 60s and replacing them with a bunch of riders in their low 70s. Well, 5 riders. It's not exactly a bunch, but it is a handful. We are getting him from GW Shimano. Signed to a longer contract. And again, comes in as our best rider by a slight margin. Also adding to the youth of the team, which means he'll be able to compete for under 25s. A chance for additional points there. But more importantly, helps with that stability for next season. The real edge is here on the hillside, where we were only slightly better, and now there's a clear gap between next year, the orange, versus last year, the blue, or the current year, to be exact. So again, we are growing, we are expanding. This is definitely a better team than a year ago, and I really hope that it is now enough to get us over that hump for Pro Continental debut next season. In the meantime, we've still got to wrap up this season, and we've still got to make sure that we actually get there. I really hope we do. So we'll continue to monitor that. Again, it is September. There's just a handful of races. The next one is the Bucks County Classic. It is a sponsor objective, but at this point we've already signed our sponsorship for next year. So not much doing with that, but let's go ahead and jump into it, and we'll jump in probably a couple times over the climb here with maybe 3 or 4 left to go. All right, we've only gone over once, and we still have 5 times left to go up the climb, but already just one time through there's been some damage done. The group was split in half. Bull has made it back up, and let me get him back on duty here. Relieve Van Ginneken. Funny thing about this one is the old guard are actually the ones who are the protected riders today. So Brown, Easter, Simpson, the originals, they are all protected riders. And the guys who were new to the team, can't call it new anymore. We've only got 5 races left in the season. They are the ones providing the protection today, even though they are higher rated overall, better climbers. Simpson, Easter, Brown. Veldeman should be, but he's on a -5 race day condition. You can see how much he is struggling already just to provide some protection to Simpson. But we will see splits as we go up the hill. Here, this is the finishing climb. You can see how steep it is at the beginning. It does shallow out a little bit, but then it does get a little bit steep again here at the end, right about here where we're at now. And then that's with about 1K to go. This would be the sprint, and there is no real sprint time here until you get just over the top right there. It's quite steep, and then you can sprint the final few meters, but from there it's more about survival. So 89 riders left in the peloton, and the first of our guys are really starting to struggle. You get a little bit of a respite with the downhill. That'll help, but the damage is really going to start to be done. The breakaway group of 7 riders, their lead is down to 1:45. And you can see that the peloton is actually shrinking at the moment.
The pack is slowly whittling away the lead. The pace is really hot, so for the moment,
that's a 10K banner. Of course, we're on a loop now. And taking a look in, kind of get an idea of what it will take distance-wise to get up that climb. Apparently it's less than 10K. But more than 5, we haven't seen a banner yet, and we're just about to hit the base of the climb. So it'll be good to know kind of how far we have to go with that. That was the start point at the beginning of the race, but we haven't been there for a long time. We are already climbing. We have not seen a 5K banner, so it's maybe 6 kilometers long, give or take. Veldeman is done. He's going to be leaving Simpson behind, so let's get Van Ginneken now on Simpson. 46K to go. I do need water one more time, so right at the top here, we will get somebody on that. Veldeman heading out the back. Peloton's down to 68 riders, and it is very stretched. You can see how long he is still in the peloton. 61 riders now, as some are going out. Need to set him to auto, by the way. And there we go. Now he is out the back. 53 riders. And that is a pretty spread out field. And I've got everybody besides Veldeman at the front. Vilvol's going to be going out the back now. but we're right about to the top, so he might survive this time. Who is left? Bull. Bull, get some water. 27 riders is all that is left. There's still 3 more times over the climb to go.
That's really a punchy attack.
Bull, don't get dropped. Come on, don't get dropped. There you go. Alright, so Bull's got water. And with Phil Full out, let's see, who needs protection? It's either Easter or... No. Well, it would be Easter, but is Easter my guy that I want to go with? Possibly. Easter is looking stronger than Simpson today, so why don't we go ahead and shift you to Easter. We'll let Simpson ride on his own, though he's actually looking pretty good right now. Easter is supposedly looking better.
Easter is on Sunday.
I did not talk to you. Somebody named somebody on my phone who wants to talk back to me. Okay, Van Ginneken. You can see Van Ginneken is fading. Van Ginneken's going to be out of here in a moment as we continue up the climb. Again, we've nearly caught the breakaway group. We're getting down to a very small elite group. Van Ginneken, who was protecting Easter, so it's going to be Simpson now taking over duties. Pole hanging in there nicely. Well done, especially for not a climber. 65 on the hills. No race day bonus of any kind. Brown, though, is struggling a bit. I actually might want to just take Brown off and put him on Simpson and put Bull on Easter. Save Simpson and Easter for the last, just looking at kind of the resistance side of things. Those 7 riders still ahead. Peloton is down to 24, so a couple more riders have been dropped. And now we've caught the front group and had a few riders go out the back. 7 riders out the back. Plus that breakaway group is soon going to go out the back, so we're looking at top 15, and I've got 4 riders in the mix. I'll get a little bit of recovery for Bull and Brown here on the downhill, but probably halfway up the climb we'll be down to Simpson and Easter from the looks of things. I've got 1 rider off the front. Who is that? Holenstein. Let me get a look at you here real quick. Holenstein, a 70 on the hills. Not that strong of a rider to be riding off on their own at this point with 2 times up over the climb, so I don't think they'll hang on. I think we are still looking at a winner coming from the peloton, so that's okay. Bull Brown again, partially recovered here, and actually it's used their gels. And up we go, and there you go. He's already been caught just at the base of the climb. Okay, let's go ×2 for a little bit here. Motorcycle flying through. Is that a potential attack? No. Just a lead out guy, Mannion. Oh, Bull! A puncture. Well, at least it was Bull, but he's out the back. Oh, and he's going again. But we'll put him on auto. Ooh, we got a small group. Is it splitting? No. No, the gap was bridged. Only a couple riders have been dropped this time, surprisingly. That includes that breakaway group.
And evolution doesn't seem to favor those in the rear. There's a growing list of riders left behind.
Bull is now in the chase group behind, but there's 2 minutes. No change this time, just 1 time up the climb left. That's bad news for me. I was hoping it would the group would have gone down to 20 or so riders. So what I want to do here is I need to decide Simpson or Easter. They're now both in kind of a similar situation. Who's got a better sprint? It's Easter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these three, and we're going to go follow and follow. Brown's already used his gel. Gotta keep that in mind. We'll use Simpson's partway up the climb. Now, I'm not looking to attack, but Brown, as soon as he is fading, then we'll take over with Simpson, and then Simpson will try to move forward. And here we go. Base of the climb. 5 kilometers remaining. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Brown's not going to last much longer here. It's not going to last much longer. Still hanging in there. Oh, here comes the attack, though. Here comes the attack. There's a group off the front. And we didn't make it in the group. Shoot. Come on, Easter. Don't die. Hang in there, Easter. Alright, now we've split the field. We have split the field. Okay, energy gel used. Come on, 1.7k. 1.4k. I think we're catching up on them. Simpson's got us within 1k. Sprint, Easter, sprint. He's not going to catch him. Shoot. Not going to catch him.
Well, nobody can dispute that.
Robin Carpenter's taking the win. Evan Huffman third. Holenstein there took 5th. Daniel Eaton is 6th. We're going to have a top 10. Griffin Easter comes in 9th. Simpson crosses 10th. You guys can all sprint now. There we go. Vilvol Bull coming up at the front of this group. That is, let's see, 23rd, 26th. Brown comes across 36th. So we get a top 10, which for a non-climbing team that I am, that's not a bad result. But unfortunately, that group got away early in the climb, and I wasn't prepared for it. I was still utilizing, what was it, Jonathan Brown?
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
So that group got away from us. We gave them a good chase. Simpson did a fantastic job to, on his own, claw back that group a little bit, but it was not enough. We're not a strong enough team to have somebody do what Simpson did there, even though he did a good job. We needed to be in that group when they went. And I saw it, but I saw it too late. When we left the rest of the group behind. Came in best of the rest. And Easter actually even made it up to the back 2 of that group. Cheney and Piper. Caught up to him, but couldn't pass him. And I mean, we left everybody else behind by 35 seconds or more. I mean, there was only 3 guys that even kept up with us for a little bit, and then we left them behind. And then from there, you know, we're looking at 2:30, and there's Taylor Warren, former rider, riding for UHC at 2:50, and that's a whole group of riders. Seaspol, Vilvol, that was that next following group. So the group absolutely, front group shattered, and we ended up at the front besides the 8 that took off at the base. I didn't think they'd go quite that early, so I got caught out there a little bit. Okay, it's only one day to the next race, so we'll go to that. It is a time trial, 32-kilometer time trial. We'll probably get through our first couple riders on that, and then go from there. All right, so I've had 3 riders already complete the course: Wachtendorf, Van Hemlen, and Van Ginneken, and on pretty good times. We are 7th, 15th, and 19th with Van Hemlen, the front runner of those guys. Been kind of tweaking what percentage to go, how hard to push, depending on which rider I had, what their strengths are, and where they're at on the course, because it is very, very windy, 25 kilometers per hour, and you can see that we are on essentially a loop. So you are into the wind, you've got the wind at your back, you've got a crosswind at various times, and it's flat pretty much for the first half. Second half, in uphill, and then essentially a downhill finish. So you get a little bit of everything in this one, other than any serious climbing. I mean, it's just a little bit of a hill is all. Simpson, I pushed a little bit harder here initially than I have with the others. You do get that downhill section, so you definitely do make up some lost energy. But I don't have any reserves at this time. That's a little bit different. He's actually only 15th fastest right now, which is a bit off the pace compared to the other riders, even though he's pushed harder. So I think Simpson's a little bit off the pace here today, but he has a stronger hill climber, so we'll see if he actually makes up some time here as we go up this little bit of a hill. It's only 3% on the gradient, so it's not a big one. But I tend to have been pushing a little bit harder on the climb and then kind of making up for it. Garrison's going to be on the course here soon, as Simpson goes over the top, but there's a little bit of a false flat before you get up to this, what looks like a church, and then it actually goes downhill from there. And then I've been pushing at about an 80 from there. Garrison looking good on his time trialing ability today. Simpson here side by side with this guy, still a bit of a deficit on power. But the slight downhill should help him pick up a little bit more, but not much actually here. Yeah, he's going to run out of energy soon. With 1K to go, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, well, 99 the rest of the way there. 10th. Still good for a top 10, but when I did at 72, it tended to work a little bit better. So Garrison, I'm going to put it at 72 for now. The 73 was a little bit too hard, running out of energy a little bit too early. So 72 seems to put a little bit in the bank. Van Hemlen actually ran a 71 initially. It was Van Ginneken who ran a 72, and he's only 25th, so... Still to go, Seaspol, Veldeman. Veldeman has been really fatigued of late, so even though he's tended to be my best rider, he's been a bit off the pace throughout of late. So, not good performances from Veldeman. He's definitely ready for the season to be done. Garrison now climbing, still not into a deficit, so that's good. And that means I think I can push a little bit harder here as we are making the final couple parts of the climb. There's that first little downhill and then a little more uphill. Just a little saddle there, and now over the top, and he's still looking good. So he's still got some energy left. And that's what I like to see, because now you can kind of attack the finish a bit more and still get a little downhill recover in. And this is where you get the wind at your back finally. As you're heading back in, so your pace with the slight downhill and 31k winds at your back, you can see he's pushing almost 60k per hour right now towards the finish line. So this is where you can go really fast, gain a lot of time. having that little bit of energy left to burn. You can see how much time he's gaining here on Lacroix. Still running out just before the finish line, though, unfortunately. But that's good for 8th quickest now. So Van Hemelen down to 10th. Simpson in 14th. Bull 67 is a time trialist, 65 on the hills. But 0 is on the race day conditions. We'll kind of see how that one turns out. Speed it up again here. Not much action. I've got my strategy pretty well figured out now. You can see how even without pushing, he's gaining on Hurl here. A little bit in the bank as we hit the halfway point. 28th, minute and a half off pace, but again, I'm so much faster in the back half, saving that energy. We go a little bit quicker up the climb. You can see how much time he's actually gaining now as he's attacking, and this guy's not as much anyway. And then when we get that wind at our back, we just leave him in the dust. Try and go 78. Feldman now on the course. Again, negative on the race day condition, but only a -1. This is actually really good for Veldeman compared to what he's been of late. Hill's time trials are good. He should be able to do similar kind of numbers to Cease Bull. And let's see here. 4K to go. I think Bull's making good time here. And unlike the others, I'm trying to save a little bit for the end for him to attack. Here we go, coming up on 1K. Now we can attack. And he just runs out right at the finish line. 15th. So not as good as we were hoping for. Still in the top 10 with Ian Garrison. Last guy on track for us, Veldeman. I don't have a lot of hope in Veldeman just because of how tired he's been. He had a good start to the season. Pretty poor finish to the season. Yeah, we are now outside of the top 10 as Garrison now 11th, Van Hemelen 13th, Bull 17th, Simpson 21st. We're still all over the place there, and without any true time trialists, we're doing all right, but not getting the job done, are we? Okay, we're going to attack just a little bit with Veldeman, just a little. Now we're essentially on the flat here again. Now we're climbing to 73. Try to take a more balanced attack as we ride solely with him now. Don't have to worry about anybody else. 75. Here we go. Here's that section to push a bit harder. Ran through the downhill. He's definitely got some energy left to get to the finish. But unlike the other riders, I haven't seen him catch anyone. There we go. Attack fully to the end. There you go. 22nd, minute 40. So Veldeman was a little bit slower. In fact, he is same time as Cease Bull. Everybody, relatively respectable time. Van Kinniken was the slowest, 56th. We pushed him he ran out of energy too early and definitely lost some time. Wachtendorf started a bit too slow, and then we attacked better as we were trying to figure things out. Van Hemelen was the good. It's Kaiser who just went top. Now, Pilo takes over best time. We're getting those top riders in now. Sleen, the last rider. So the favorites, those were the last three guys, end up taking the top three positions, and pretty comfortably in the end on that one. And looking at that, yeah, 75 on the time trial list, 73, 73. No wonder those guys went top. From there, it was a little more open. We got some 71s, some 69s. Remember, our best guy is a 68, but he was on a negative race day condition. We finished 21st with Garrison, 25th with Van Hemlen. A couple more in the top 30. Not too bad. Cabe would like to join us, but we don't have any money left to spend. And let's go ahead and push forward to the 16th, and we'll see where we're at on the next season front. Halfway through the month of September, just a few races left. We're really, really close to the end now. Only about a week left worth of racing. Signing period's just about done. Let's go ahead and check in. So, first off, those rankings, Quick Step, the only 5-star program, quite a few 4.5 stars, so there's a lot of quality out there right now. And then you've got everybody else 4 stars or better that's at that World Tour level and all retaining their spots. Again, the 3.5 stars is a small group. The 3 stars group has gotten a little bit larger. Roompot in 37th is 3 stars. Then we get down to 2.5 star, and you can see we're near the top. However, we are getting so close to that staying in continental level. We are just right there at the edge. We have just a small cushion above the bubble right now, and it's 2.5 stars. I mean, it's taking nearly 3 stars to get in there, where last year it barely took 2.5 stars, and you can see all the way down to 69th is 2.5 stars right now. So we very much did need that extra rider. Whether that's going to get us over the top and keep us Continental Pro, I still don't know for certain. But if we take a look at what is left, here is a search contract. Free in 2020. Refresh that list. This is what we're down to. Jens van Rensburg is the only good rider left, and then the only other 72 left is Conrad Gessner. So from there, we're dropping down to a level that should not be rising above where we're at. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. We are getting to that point where there's not much available any longer. So I don't think teams can make a significant... Now, if you grab Van Rensburg, that could move a team up. But then what? What's left from there, right? Nothing. Nothing's left from there. So hopefully at this point, signings are just about done. Just about done. So I think we might have done it. Look at the team, one more time here. No change at this point for the outlook for next season. I mean, we're looking at the 572s and 173, the 371s behind them. So no change. No one has changed in that. But it's only been a couple weeks since last time we looked. Hopefully, I would love it if one more rider just leveled up before the end. One of these guys at the top tier, if one of them leveled up one more time, or Couillard leveled up again, that could be enough. That could be enough. But right now, I'm still nervous. Last thing here, though, national team final selection. I'm not going to be doing the race live, but we'd see who it is. I need to select 8 out of 9, so We're talking about climbing here being a serious need. So the weakest climber by far, Sean Bennett. Not great on the stamina resistance side either. So, oh, no. There we go. And on the time trial side, 4 out of 5. Not much climbing, so pure time trial. Roskopf, easily the best. Palace Eisenhart. From here, we've got either McNulty or Haga. McNulty a little bit stronger at this point, so there you go. And we'll jump into the very end of this race. Next episode should roll over to get to the end of the season and jump into the new season. So we will get those final results. We will see where we end up. It is so close to call. I am really glad we signed that extra guy. Exploit or not, that argument that you have that money, what are you going to spend it on? And it puts more emphasis on the financial management of your team. And I do like that because right now the financial management isn't a thing. It's so easy. Well, anyway, this not catered to us. It is not our kind of race, but we'll see what we can do with it. 37K left in this one. Peloton is down to 41 riders. Most of the Peloton ended up getting caught up in a massive crash. Only one of my riders got through that. That was Marini. Marini was essentially in a second breakaway group as there was only about 15 riders there. But they were reeled back in. But in reeling them back in, a lot of damage was done to the field. So there are just 41 riders left in the Peloton. And my entire team is there. 5 riders are left, just seeing them up ahead. Their lead is down to 2 minutes. They're not going to be easy to catch. We only have 2 times left up and over the climb. And I'm going to really start to have guys dropping off here soon. Bull is the furthest back in the field. He was riding protection, but through that exchange, Marini ended up picking up Brown, and things happen. But here goes Vilvol. He is supposed to be protecting Van Ginniken, so Bull's going to go take over Van Ginniken duties. And Veldeman has also gone out the back, and I don't know who he was. He wasn't protecting anyone. He was being protected, and out he goes. Marini is out the back. So as we go up and over, Peloton's down to 22 riders, about half the size of what it was. And I've got 4 riders left. Easter. Brown, try to pick him up. Yeah, everybody else too far back. Bull doing a great job again. So just 21 riders left really contesting it. Those 5 riders ahead are nearly caught. They are pulling away at the moment as nobody wants to lead the chase. That's not a good thing. Do I want to sacrifice Bull for that? I'm not a strong contender here. Why should I be the one doing the chase? So I'll take my chances that those 5 riders stay away for managing the best of what I can do. And actually, what I need to do now is let's set it up sprint train style, and Van Ginniken does have the best sprint. We'll get him to follow Easter. Easter's gonna follow Brown. Brown's gonna follow Bull, and Bull's gonna try to lead us up over that climb for now. Still in recovery here. Here's what the finish line looks like. See just a slight uphill. Actually, it's more than a slight uphill. That's the finish line. Next time through, we'll hit that. So 1 lap to go. We didn't hear a bell, but we should have heard a bell, right? They should incorporate that in the next edition. Your bell lap. Okay, Bull, there we go. Use your gel. Here comes the attack.
Things are heating up in front.
Brown will get you ready. Bull's struggling to climb right now, but now Brown is struggling to climb. Easter is going to have to go. Too many riders getting away here. It's 13 kilometers. This is not good. There's 6 riders away. There we go. We've got off. No. Group of 9. There's the false flat. And Ginnikin's going to have to go on his own here. No. Oh gosh, he's got nothing
10
left.
kilometers to the finish line.
Easter run protection for Van Ginniken as best you can. There you go. Okay, so 6 riders are out of it. We've got 9 left here. I don't think we're going to catch back up to those guys. We might, though. Easter, pull for the group as best you can. At least somebody's got to give some chase here, right? He's the only one in the group that's doing anything. Yeah, we're not going to catch those guys. They're out over a minute, so we're fighting for 7th place now. $3K to go. 3K to go. There's the 1K banner. I can't go early here. Oh, we've been caught by another group from behind because nobody wanted to lead out. Okay, Ginnikin pushing forward, under a K to go. Turn this corner here, and then now we'll attack. Come on, Van Ginnikin. Come on, Van Ginnikin. Get past these guys. You can sprint. Let's go. Oh, outside track. Can we even get a top 10? 9th. Okay. We got into the top 10. At least we got a top 10. Easter takes 17th. So just a couple races left in the season now. We will wrap those up in that next episode. We will get our season results in that next episode. And really the most important thing of all. Have we made it? Are we going to be in Pro Continental? We'll get the results of that in that next episode. So, a week till that next race, Tobago a week after. So, final 2 weeks of the season for us. National team stuff going on during that time, but that doesn't concern me. Current standings, 42nd. And as a team, it's Team Sky on top, and it looks like they've already secured over Sunweb. And we are now 4th in the Continental standings. But that's not bad for being a Continental team going up against nothing but Continental pros around us. Here's the best Continental team besides us. And we are 700 points clear of them. So we're secure on that matter. 28th in the Super Prestige with 987 points. That's a 98 in the gaming decathlon competition. Be nice to break 100. But it's next season where that score should start coming up a fair bit. But there's the top 18. That's your World Tour teams. So we're not that far below that mark. So next season, I would definitely look with Continental Pro to be competing with these top 4 or so and be up around 1,600, 1,700, 1,800 at this point next season. Still isn't a huge jump, but competitively we'll earn a lot more money that way. The team should be more competitive, and hopefully I can again increase the budget heading into that next season, improve the riders. It might take a couple years, but I definitely would like to get us up into that World Tour level before too long. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.